Hey guys, I am back. If you're new here, hi, my name is Casey and I usually make videos about health, functional neurological disorder, which is a chronic illness, and tips and tricks to kind of move forward on your journey to recovering. I am filming on a new phone. I'm really excited, so I hope that the camera quality is better and that the mic quality is better. Unfortunately, you will be hearing my propane heater. I'm in one of my smaller trailers, and I noticed that in one of my last videos it will pick up, so I'm going to try and talk a bit louder. Yeah, so it's been 2 weeks since I've made a video. I try to be consistent, but with functional neurological disorder there is a lot of challenges and the holidays were really hard, so I do apologize. But today I want to talk about kind of an interesting topic that I have been researching. It's going to be a little bit touchy and one of those topics that not everyone may believe in, but I just thought it was interesting. So the video is going to be about manifestation. Do we manifest our illnesses, and how our thoughts can kind of affect our lives? So I watched this really interesting video, and I will link it in the description if I can find it, but it talked a lot just about how our thoughts essentially shape our reality. And there's so many things coming out nowadays that, like, if you have positive thoughts and if you visualize like things that you would like to happen, we can make our lives so much better, and kind of vice versa. If you're always thinking negative things are gonna happen and just like in this really bad mindset, you're gonna like attract those things to yourself, and that's gonna be your life. So yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit of a backstory about how I can relate to this, and how that fits into our story. So I started struggling with mental health probably like 15 years ago, a little bit more. I'm turning 27 this year. So when I was in high school around 15, 16 years old, I really started to struggle with fitting in, mental health, and being undiagnosed autistic. I just started to realize I was having a lot of issues with, again, fitting in with school. I did not do good in more academic courses. I was very artistic and did great in art, but my life was starting to like crumble around then, and I started getting really bad anxiety. I started to try to reach out for help with these mental health issues, but I think that's when that's when the mental health revolution thing, when it started to be talked about more, slowly started to come up. But it was kind of viewed as, if you were a teenager and you're struggling, that's just like typical being a teenager coming of age and puberty, and it wasn't a big deal. And so this is how I was kind of treated. I was really struggling, and I think that I needed help from being undiagnosed autistic. I just was having a really hard time and a really hard time managing my emotions, and I kept trying to reach out for help, going to counselors and talking to teachers, talking to like my parents about it, but there wasn't that much help. And this is when I started to self-harm. I should have said trigger warning, but I did start to self-harm. And again, even when I went to the hospital, the doctors treated it as like, this isn't a big deal, this is things that teenagers do. And I was just, it was a cry for help. I was really struggling and I didn't know how to help myself. And that's when these thoughts started to appear and come into my mind, that like, I just wanted something to happen to me so that I could have a break from the world. I was so stressed out. I was really anxious. I didn't want to go to school. And when I graduated, the same thing is like, I couldn't get a job. I was like extremely stressed out, and being around people in public situations, I was always overwhelmed and overstimulated. So I constantly had this thought in my mind that I wanted to get like an illness or get into a car crash just so that I could be like hospitalized, and it would just be like a really big weight lift off my shoulders. I could have a breather, and like I could take time to be quiet and like look into and do things by myself. I used to love getting like the flu because it just felt like it was an actual excuse. It was okay for me to sit and be alone, be curled up in my safe place in my bed and do art and just like be quiet. And so yeah, that was kind of where the thought was coming from. You know, I didn't want to end my life, more or less, but I just wanted some peace. And I think that that is a strange thought, but I think that other people have thought about this. So this is a thought that I had for many years. I just kept thinking about these negative things. I felt like I couldn't escape. I couldn't get help. Things were really hopeless for me. And I just kept thinking I wanted to get sick. I wanted to get an illness. I just wanted a break. And this is kind of my idea and my thought of like, I'm wondering if it's possible for us to manifest our illnesses. I think that this can maybe be like a really triggering thing, saying that, because it's so stressful to get an illness, especially one like functional neurological disorder that doesn't have much help, and it's said to be all in your head, and it's like caused by stress, and if you just like stop being stressed out, everything will be fine. So like when I first heard of this idea, I was like pretty triggered by it and felt pretty attacked, because like, what a silly idea. Like, I didn't ask for this. I would never want this, and I would never want anybody else to have this. But then I kind of started to think about it. Like, I kind of was asking for something like this, and there is a part of me that was grateful to be able to have a break, take a break from work, take a break from being social, because I was really bad with boundaries. I had a really hard time meeting my goals and finding a life that kind of better suited just myself and my brain. And I just felt like that wasn't an option, and I just had to be in the rat race and, you know, keep up and do everything that everybody else is doing, but that wasn't working for me. And so all of this stress, yeah, I got this illness, and I kind of got what I wanted, but it also came with a really terrible illness, really horrible symptoms, as many of you know, or with any chronic illness, it is so challenging. It affects your life, your friends, like your relationships. It's really sad and it's really tough. It's like a deal with the devil. Like, there's so many tough things that come with this. Yeah, so that's just kind of like my thought on this idea. I don't know like how much I can go into it, because like I think it really weighs on the spirituality side of things. I really think that if you guys are interested in this idea, look into like abundance and manifestation and how to change your life through changing your thoughts. This is something that I've been working on quite a bit lately, and I think I would like to say that it's helping. Even like just being aware of our thoughts, it really does affect our attitude and our moods, and then our behavior. And so if we try to be positive and look on the bright side and choose more happiness, it can really change your life and affect you in a positive way. Things that I have been doing is that I'm reading a really good book called Becoming Supernatural. I would highly recommend reading that. I just started reading it. I think The Secret is an older book that talks about manifestation. That's a really interesting book as well. And then things that I also have been doing is like I do manifestation meditation. So every morning I kind of visualize my goals and like how I want to be as a person in the world, and like what I want my life to be like, and like having this like constant reminder of like all the good things that you want. I feel like it helps you to make certain choices in life that would help you to have this outcome. It's really hard when you're stuck with an illness. I feel like personally I felt stuck in a rut. I was hopeless. I would just lay in bed a lot and feel sad for myself, and it is tough. And I think that it is validated to have days like that, but we can't live our life like that. There has to be some sort of acceptance that this is how things are right now, and what can I do today to make things a little bit better, and maybe what can I plan for tomorrow to continue to make things better. Somebody that I have been watching, her name is Alexis. I will post her YouTube link down below as well. She is amazing and she has changed my life. Now she more focuses on women. She is a like divine feminine kind of coach, and a lot of her videos talk about how to manifest a life that you want and how to become a divine feminine woman. they are really amazing videos. They are helping me build my confidence and work towards just kind of like the career that I want for myself and all these things that I want for myself, even if I have an illness. I have to like remind myself that I'm not a lost cause. I do not need to give up on myself. We are like magical creatures. Like, it is possible to do anything that you want in this world. We can't just be held back by these things. I really do think it is so possible to help heal our bodies and change our lives with our brain. Our brain is amazing. Neuroplasticity is such an interesting topic and an idea. I am not a scientist or sciencey at all, so it's really hard for me to dive deep into like really deep information about these topics, but I just love the idea, and I think that it is a really cool topic and idea to share and like bring up in conversation. Another thing that I like to do is sleep hypnosis. There is a man, his name is Michael Seeley. I'll also link him down below. He does night hypnosis on YouTube. I will put my headphones in at nighttime, play his video. I think they can, a lot of the ones that I watch or listen to are mostly just an hour, but it's the idea that it's talking to your subconscious brain. You know, we have a lot of these programs in our minds, or in our brains, and in our subconscious that kind of rule us a lot that we're not even aware of. So sleep hypnosis, I think, is really interesting. It also helps me to feel more calm at nighttime. I feel like when I lay my head down on the pillow at night, I start to like analyze a lot of things and think about a lot of things, and I don't think that's necessary. It stresses me out. I think maybe a lot of my nightmares come from that. I think that it is good to reflect and analyze, but I usually do that through journaling. I set myself some time to do that, and then that's it. I don't need to think about it anymore, and that's why I find that night hypnosis helps, because I'm listening to something and then I fall asleep to it. It's so lovely. He has an amazing voice. What else can I share on this topic? I don't know. I think that it's just been really making me feel inspired that I can change. I do feel powerless a lot. But you know, there are things that we can change, and there are things that we have to accept, and then we just need to move on. I'm trying my best to do a lot of new things this new year. I've made so many resolutions, but I am trying to be gentle on myself and leave space for bad days, and also, you know, altering my goals, and sometimes maybe I can't meet them every day. But some things that I'm doing is that I've started going to the swimming pool, and I'm going to the gym. The gym terrifies me. I have not exercised in 2 years because of my functional neurological disorder, but I am bound and determined to get my physical health back, because that is something that is so important to me, because that was just like a huge part of my life before I got sick. I was very active. I say this a lot. I like to hike and rock climb and kayak and just be outdoors and moving my body, and it feels so good to be strong, and yoga. So I have tried things like yoga classes. It's just hard because in a class I find that I can't really move at my own pace, and then working out at home is great too, but I'm trying to be moving myself more back into the community and to be more social. So it is nice. I go to the pool with my boyfriend. It is a good time for us to bond. Pool is a little bit of an iffy thing for me because I am anxious about seizures. That's why when I go and I swim some laps, he comes with me. I do have pretty good warning signs, and I'm able to kind of get out of the pool, sit down, and let my seizure happen, and then I go home after that, and it's totally fine. And so that was like, I was really proud of myself to be able to do that, and feel confident that yes, I can go to the pool. It's okay if I have a seizure. It's okay if people see me. It's okay to be seen. And the same thing with the gym. I don't like being seen. I feel really insecure about not being strong anymore, and just like don't have a whole lot of knowledge about lifting and all that, so that gives me anxiety too. But we're all human. We are all going through things. Like, we do not have to be afraid of each other. Oh my goodness, it's just such a strange thing that we kind of get that way. And so I went to the gym and I saw people that I haven't seen in a long time, and that was just really great. And I'm feeling really inspired and happy. And yeah, my body does hurt from going to the gym. I do have nerve pain, but I do remind myself that like walking was really challenging for me at one point, and I just kept pushing through, and now walking isn't that hard. And I think that the same thing is going to happen with going to the gym and going to the pool, is that I'm going to keep pushing myself, but taking breaks, because we don't want to burn out. That is so important. And like, I don't get super upset with myself and say, oh, like, this is hopeless, like this isn't going to work, I'm never going to get better, because that's just, you know, those negative thoughts, right? They're helping build our reality. And, you know, I tell myself, you know what, I'm so proud of you. You did such a good job for getting out there. Like, we're going to keep going at this, and, you know, we're going to try new things if that's what we want. But yeah, I'm feeling really inspired, and this is a really interesting idea. So I would love to hear your guys' thoughts down below. If it's not what you believe in, that's okay, because it is kind of an interesting spiritual idea, but it is an interesting topic, and I do love to entertain ideas. And you know what? If all we have to do is change our thoughts to being more positive, that's all right. And you know, it's not about being toxic positive. It's more about like having these wishes that we want and talking positive. Like, I don't think that it's about like denying reality, but it's not being negative about it. Like, I can tell myself, yes, I do accept that I have a chronic illness. Yes, I am stressed out a lot of time. Yes, I have nerve pain, but you know what? I will rest my body today, and when I have some energy, maybe I'll go for a walk, or maybe I'll go to the gym for like 20 minutes, and you know, maybe I'll go and hang out with a friend, and that's okay. Like, I just think, yeah, I don't know, I do not want to devalue anybody's experience, because this is hard. We have hard days. I have so many hard days, but if we can find something that can inspire us, I think that we should go for it. Like, we need to be our biggest cheerleaders, because it's really tough. It's really hard. It is really hard to find people that are going to understand what we're going through. Hold on. Yeah. Anyways, I can't see like how long I've been talking, because I flipped my camera the other way to see if the quality would be better. But yeah, anyways, quick little update. Happy New Year, everybody. I hope that the holidays were the holidays. I had a really tough holiday because my seizures were up like crazy last month. They haven't been that bad in like a year. I think it's one, I came down on my pregabalin, and two, I've just been going through stressful things. I'm trying to heal myself, and that is a big part of me digging up trauma and trying to resolve it, and that causes a lot of stress and kind of puts a wedge in my relationships. So yeah, my mom reminded me though that like, just because it's the holidays doesn't mean we have to have these big expectations that everything's going to be happy and wonderful and joyful and great, because you know what, it is just another day at the end. I mean, for some people, I know the holidays can be very special, so I'm sorry, I'm not trying to take that away, but I think that at the end of the day, we just need to be grateful and joyful for the little things and celebrate those little wins. And it's okay if you had a shitty holiday. It's okay. Moving into the new year, I would love to hear your guys' goals as well. Yeah, some of mine are to get back on the eating healthy train, drinking more water. I didn't get a Fitbit, but I am boring my mother, so my goal is to get 3,000 steps a day. That's not a lot, but sometimes I don't even get 1,000 if I am having a lazy day, and so I'm trying to kind of have less of those, even if that just means walking around my room or like going up and down the stairs, take my dog for a walk, just to get my body moving again. I find if I'm not feeling well, I do get stuck in a kind of couch potato slump, and that's just not good for the mental health. So I'd like to get outside more, make sure that I'm connecting with friends. Sobriety is a huge one for me too. I do drink every once in a while, but I do notice that it really affects me. So I would really love to just, you know, have my sobriety, and also have a morning and night routine of like journaling, meditating, yoga, reading. I really love to read as well. Yeah, okay. Whew, I tired myself out there. I think that I am going to end this video here. Yeah, if you guys liked my video, please give me a thumbs up. And I've noticed that most of my viewers are not subscribers, so I would love it if you're a returning customer, if you want to see more, if you subscribe. It would really help the channel build. I would love to get monetized. That is a huge goal for me this year. Yeah, I thank you guys greatly, and I love you.